Hello everyone, congratulations on joining this webinar. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you a very serious question though. Does the idea of being able to walk into a business, totally transform their results, help them structure their business ready for sale, and totally change their financial future appeal to you? What about the idea of earning a 6 or 7 figure income by helping this business owner transform their organisation? If this resonates with you, then you are in the right place, and over the next 30 or 40 minutes I'm going to show you how I've trained a large number of advisors to do just that. You see, this is how they live their lives now, as they go in there and they help people. They help business owners. And as a result, they also earn a great income and live a life that very, very few people get to live these days. So, my name's Marsh, and for those of you that don't know me, I'll talk about who I am in a minute. But what I want to just start off with in this training is to share with you some very logical questions that you really should be asking if you're thinking of getting into this world of being an advisor. You see, to be a successful advisor, you really only have to do 3 things. You need to have a foolproof way to find a prospect. Because if you don't have a prospect to talk to, then you don't have a business. Then you need to have a foolproof way to convert that prospect into a client. So have a very powerful conversion system so that you are the only logical choice when they want to do something to help themselves improve their business. And finally, you've got to be able to have the ability to help this client, help them get real results in their company so that you deserve to earn the sort of incredible income that you will earn as an advisor. If you can do these 3 things, then you're well on your way to a very successful consultancy. Now, something very important. You see, you're going to see how people right now are making fantastic incomes, and at the same time they're helping business owners dramatically improve the results in their business. Now, I haven't found a better life or a better business in all the organisations that I've built, and I've built a large number of them in all sorts of different niches. I haven't found anything more rewarding than this. So if you stay till the end, you're going to see just how maybe you could live this sort of life yourself. But before we get into that, let me tell you a little bit about who I am. You see, my name's Marsh, and I met Mal Emery probably 10 or 11 years ago now. I was penniless when I met him. I snuck into a money expo. I saw an expo in Darling Harbour. I said, well, I need money. I actually didn't even have the $20 to get in there to see Mal. And I didn't know Mal back then. Actually, a guy called Paul Clitheroe was speaking, who I'd heard of. And so I snuck in the tradesman entrance at the back and sat down and listened to Mal have a talk about how businesses can turn their organisation into an extraordinary business. And after I started studying his principles, the principles of success, I started applying them in my business. At the time, I only had a electrical contracting business and I had no customers. But learning the principles from Mal, I've gone on to build 5 multi-million-dollar companies. And I've generated more than $40 million in my organisations. So, I've had more than my fair share of success. And then I had the honour of becoming Mal Emery's partner in 2010. But more about that later. Let me tell you how I got to be a consultant. And this is where, you see, we only look for certain types of individuals in Streetsmart. This is not all about us generating an income by training advisors. It goes a lot deeper than that. We want to have the right individuals that resonate with us and we resonate with them. You'll find if you do join our Streetsmart organisation that we're all a very similar type of individual. We do care about people. So the way I became a consultant is I used to be part of Mal's elite coaching group, which was referred to as Platinum back then. These days it's Streetsmart Business School. And in Platinum, a number of people had seen the results that I was starting to achieve in my companies, and I was getting a reputation in there. And this gentleman called Jeremy Young came up to me one day and he asked me if I could help him because he was having some challenges. Now, I'd never helped anyone in my life apart from myself and my family. So I said to him naturally, look buddy, you're talking to the wrong guy, go see Mal, he'll be able to help you achieve what you want to achieve. Jeremy walked away, but then he came back again. He was pretty emotional the second time. He said, Ian, I believe you're the right person, and if you came and looked at my business, you'd be able to help me. Please come out, I'm not that far away. And, it wasn't that I didn't want to help the guy, I just didn't think I had the ability to help the guy. But I said to him again, look, please, just go and see Mal and ask him for some help, and let's see what happens from there. Well, he came back a third time, and this time, I swear, he was crying. This grown man came to him and said, Ian, if I know you're the right person, if you don't come out and have a look at my business, I'm going to lose my business, probably lose my wife, and lose my house. So there's not much you can say when something like that occurs, except of course I will. He said, I'll pay you anything you want. Now I just, because he was doing it tough as well, I didn't ask for a lot. I said, well, $300 mate, I'll go out there for $300 and have a good look at your business and make some recommendations for you. But I can't promise anything because I've never done this before. You understand that, don't you? He goes, yes, I understand, thank you, thank you, thank you. So off I went to his business. Now when I walked in there, I was shocked. I could not believe what I saw happening in his company and how people were taking advantage of him, how he was paying people that were absolute drop kicks and should not be in that company. And so I just gave him a 10-step action plan. I had a look at certain things, recommended certain ideas, and said, I hope that's been of help to you, Jeremy. Give me a call if you want me to explain anything further. And I never heard from him for probably 90, 120 days. But then, in about 3 or 4 months, he rang me again. And he said, Ian, I just cannot believe the difference that's happened in my company because of the time you spent here. Thank you so much. We're really starting to see daylight now. And I'll tell you now, his company, he's one of the leading companies on the Gold Coast. His company's called Style Edge, and it's a tile company that does the coping around pools and things like that. I looked up his site the other day. I haven't talked to him for quite a while, but it looks like he's now got distributors and he's got licensees out there working for him as well. So he's taken the knowledge that I helped him with and then totally leveraged that knowledge and gone on to bigger and better things. Now that's the sort of life that I lead these days. When I saw that I made that sort of change for him, I said, you know what, that's a lot more fulfilling and satisfying than putting air conditioning systems into people's homes. And that's when I decided that I'd start helping people improve their organisations. And recently I had a chance to help Mal and give back, if you like. 3 years ago, Mal was having some very big challenges. You see, his wife was dying, and I could see the toll it was taking on him. I was at a platinum event, and Mal was. I could see what was happening around us, and the platinum environment. That's my family. I growing up in there, and platinum had helped me so much and helped me achieve so much that I didn't want to see this organisation disappear. So I asked Mal if he would like some help, if he would allow me to come over and run his company for a while he dealt with his personal challenges. He agreed and he said, oh, thank you, Ian, and so I came over. I was only going to be there for 3 months, but Mal saw what was occurring, and well, I'm still here 3 years later. And what I did was I put the principles that Mal taught me, I inserted them back into the company. And the results were, not surprisingly, quite spectacular. You see, it's now been 3 years since I joined Mal, and in those 3 years we've more than tripled the size of the organisation and the profitability. And it's no accident, and it's not because I'm some incredible genius that knows absolutely everything. It's just a matter of me applying mechanical systems and processes into a company and then looking for the logical result that occurs after that. So what I'm showing you here right now is some very hard facts, very scary facts. And these facts I want to show you are simply because these organisations do not know and did not know the mechanical principles that they should be having in their company so that they don't disappear. You see, there's some core things that need to happen in every company. And if you are not aware of them, and if you don't ensure that the businesses you work with are aware of them, they have a very strong chance of disappearing just like these major organisations did. If it wasn't for the government bailing out GM, they wouldn't be here today. So, you know, a 46% increase in business failures in 09-010, bloody hell. And then another 48% increase in 11 from 2009-2010. It's almost beyond belief. But all you need to do is go and walk around the streets and you'll see businesses closing up left, right and centre. Now yes, business is a lot more difficult these days than it was 20 years ago. The challenges that business owners have today are very different to the ones that they had 20 years ago. But I'll tell you here and now, there are businesses absolutely killing it while I'm sitting here because they know the right things to do when things get tough. You know, and pretty well it's the opposite of what most businesses do. You know, when a business isn't doing very well, a lot of them go to the accountant and say, what do I do? Well, I hate to tell you this, but a lot of the time the accountant isn't qualified to tell you. An accountant is qualified to crunch numbers, minimise your tax and protect your assets. That's his skill set. An accountant is not normally trained to grow a business and improve a business. And in fact, a lot of accountants say, well, why don't you just look at all this money you're spending on marketing or advertising? Why don't you just cut that? That'll go straight on your bottom line and then, hey, you'll be smiling from ear to ear. So that just gives you a bit of an idea of what commonly occurs. Here's some more hard facts. Did you know that 44% of businesses are expecting to expand their business in the next year? Only 44%. Wouldn't you think most business owners would want to be expanding? And over 80% of business owners don't set any goals. You see, when I jump out of bed, I know exactly how many times the phone's going to ring, give or take. I know exactly how many clients we're going to get for the month, give or take. Why? Because I've put systems, processes, marketing, salespeople in place to make sure that it happens. Whereas 80% of business owners haven't got a clue what's going to happen. And instead of them making their life happen, life happens to them. And they're the victims of that. And it's generally because they haven't been shown any other way, because most business owners have never had any formal training. So here's some more hard facts for you. 81% of Australian business owners plan to retire in the next 10 years. 81%. So what does that mean? Well, pretty well what happens is, over the next 10 years you're going to get a massive glut of businesses. Business owners that have been working in their businesses for many years and expecting to sell their business and have a nice payout and then retire and take it easy. All of these businesses are going to be on the market. So if somebody's organisation is not structured ready for sale and is not a lean, mean fighting machine, do you think they'll have a very good chance of getting a good price for their business? Probably not. That's why there's a great need out there right now for us to help business owners start getting their store together, start putting their house in order, because within the next 10 years they're all going to be retiring, and if their business isn't up to scratch, they're not going to be able to sell it. The other thing is 75% of them have no exit strategy. So there you go, pretty scary statistics. Out of all of those businesses, 75% of them have no strategy. Gives you a bit of a hint of why there's so much demand for our services. So with technology changing, more sophisticated prospects and higher expectations, all these clients out there, all of these businesses need help. This is why they're closing their doors, because they just don't know what to do to keep attracting clients. So there's a massive demand out there, and this is the real reason why we started the advisor program in the first place. You see, there's a real need for good consultants, and it is hard for us to keep up. We can't handle all the requests for assistance out there. I did a recent check online. I looked on the yellow pages. Now, granted, this is a very, very rough indication of numbers. Do not take this as gospel, but it's very indicative. I can tell you there's 1,960,000 small businesses in Australia in 09. That is actual. and they make up 96% of all the businesses in Australia. But I was curious how many consultants there were out there helping these businesses. And you know what? There's only 1,956 listings for consultants in the Yellow Pages. So, you work out the maths there. Now, I know some of you might be saying, oh yeah, but some consultancy firms might have 50 consultants in there. Alright, so what? Even if you doubled it, what you're about to see will surprise you. You know, using these rough numbers, it shows you that for every consultancy firm, there's about 1,000 businesses out there that can use their help. 1,000. Now, a good consultant can only manage 6 to 10 businesses at a time. And when you get a business, you're working with that client generally for 2 to 3 years. So there's plenty of business out there, everyone. There's a plethora of applications. Our phone does not stop ringing. And the reality is, if you're an advisor, those businesses need your help. But you've got to know the right knowledge to be able to help them. So, you know, if you could help a business owner make another $2 or $3 million in a year, don't you think they'd be happy to share a part of that profit with you that they didn't have? So, here's the problem that we had. When I came over to help Mal, there was only, Mal and I, and we were spread very thin. And as I've just explained to you, there's so many businesses out there that need our assistance that we really were stretched to the limit. We had two choices. Either we close our books and don't take on any more clients, or we work out how to leverage ourselves. So I said, look, Mal, I managed to start to get results for clients, sharing the knowledge that I learned from you when I taught other Streetsmart clients. What do you reckon of me putting a program together where I teach other people what we know, and then show them the mechanical processes that we use, and then they can go and help other clients? Could I build that? Would I be able to test it and see what happens? So I wanted to build a system and see if the system would work. I said, Mel, we'll only test small, and if we don't get the results, look, no, there won't be any harm done, because I'll be watching right over their shoulder and we just won't do it. So we did implement it, and what do you know? People started getting results based on the advisors helping them. And so we had a system that worked, and it got proven time and time again. And that's when I got to build the advisor program. So that's really how the advisor program came about. I knew building the process that I would have to make it simple. I had to make sure that people could create income at will. I had to make sure that the people that came on board, not a lot of them are natural salespeople, so I wanted to create a way for people to get a client without having to sell. And so I call it the non-selling conversion system. Makes sense, doesn't it? Now, this has a conversion rate of around 70% for many of my advisors. It's just that powerful. And then I had to develop a systematic way for them to go into an organisation, have a look at what was wrong, and then start implementing things to improve the results. That was what I had to achieve to build the system. And the result is that the people you see in front of you, many of them are now earning 6- and 7-figure incomes, using the knowledge that I taught them to become advisors. So the success rate that we have had even amazes me. It really is quite, I would say this is the pinnacle of my career to date, that I've managed to be able to share the knowledge with these individuals and also see them take this knowledge and run with it and improve the results that they're achieving in their life and in their businesses. So, serious question number one. Remember I said to you at the beginning, for a good program, you had to do 3 things. And one of them was, how do you find a prospect or a client? Well, what we did was we put our system together of the 19 most powerful lead generation processes that we'd ever used. These are our ones that we've used in our company. Every piece of our marketing knowledge and every piece of our proven ads that we've ever used, we've put into here to develop these lead generation systems. And they are so mechanical. I've got your scripts written for you, so you know exactly what words to write, for example. We've got your letters written so that all you do is you plug and play. We've got your marketing pieces ready so that you know how to apply them and get a client. And they're all in this process. There's 19 of them. And I can tell you, hand on heart, one of the processes there, if you apply it, you will have leads the very next day. Kid you not, you'll have people to talk to within 24 hours of you doing the training. That's how powerful our lead systems are. The next serious question that you need to be asking yourself is, how do you convert a client? Okay, so you've got this prospect, they're interested. Okay, yes, look, I'll have a listen to you and see what you have to share. You've then got to say, well, how do I convert that client when I'm in front of them? Well, again, I promise you, the process that I've put together literally means that you don't have to sell. You have state-of-the-art software. You've got a process that I believe is second to none. And when you go through this conversion system that I show you, a client's only logical decision is to go with you. You do it in such a way that when the business owner's there and staring at the numbers in their face, they just don't have any other option but to go, oh, all right, I've got to have this. Thank you very much. So that is our conversion system that you get taught in the program. Let me give you an idea of how our advisors make the sort of money they can make. Remember I said that a good advisor, 6 to 10 clients, is pretty well all they can manage. So, I mean, yes, you can take on 15 if you want to, but, you'd be working pretty hard then. But let's just say you had 6 clients and they're paying you $3,000 a month. And you're working with each client, say, 4 hours a week. Now, when you first get a client, I'll tell you now, you put in a lot of hours in the beginning, so you start getting the processes in place and start getting them quick results because they've just invested a large sum of money with you. But as those processes are in place, you need to spend less and less and less time with them. So, a good guideline would be about 4 hours a week. So 6 clients, working with them 4 hours a week, that's 24 hours a week. Well, that's $180,000. Then, what we do is we teach you how to charge a contingency. So the contingency means that if you help them make an improvement in their organisation, then you are entitled to a small portion of whatever their improvements are. So imagine that you chose businesses that were doing $5 million in turnover. Well, if that was the case and you had six customers that had that turnover, that'd be $30 million in turnover in total that you're helping to improve. If you had a 10% improvement that you achieved for them over those companies, that'd be a $3 million improvement over the whole 6 companies. And if you just got 3% contingency on top of your normal income that you get from it, $3,000 a month, well then that's another $90,000. So there's $270,000 per annum part-time, 24 hours a week. How does that sound to you? Now, is this all you can make? No. As your skills improve, so do your dollars. I won't tell you some of the other numbers that people charge out there because, quite frankly, you may not believe it. But let me tell you now that price is irrelevant. People don't want to pay you for price. They want to pay you for results. Your income is irrelevant. It's what you can do for them. If you could help someone make another $1 million, wouldn't you think they'd give you $100,000 of that? Of course they would. Silly question. So, serious question number 3. How will you be able to help your clients get results? Well, we know that that's probably the most fearful question. I know I was scared when Jeremy came to me. I was worried about how I'd be able to help him. So, we developed once again a systematic process, a system so that it's step by step. You ask certain questions, you get certain answers, you have resources to be able to apply the answers to, and the results are quite staggering. When you do implement them, you'll be amazed at what you can help achieve. The simple thing is there's just knowledge out there right now that you're not aware of, and we've combined all that knowledge, put it into a 1, 2, 3 plug and play process so that you organize your client and then do module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4 all the way through and ensure that they get to the finishing line. So we have the best software for you, the best manuals and the best system. And the results are pretty well a foregone conclusion, as long as you're dogmatic in ensuring that your client applies the information that you share with them. So here's just a glimpse of the type of software that we provide you with, and the sort of blueprint that you get when you answer a number of questions in the software. The software will organize a blueprint for you and tell you exactly what you need to be doing, and give you literally a guide, a handbook that you follow to take your client to success. I'm not exaggerating one bit. That's how straightforward it is. Now, this gentleman here, Scott Dunbar, he increased his profits 300% in 2 weeks. We've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people like this. I was going to play the video testimonial that he gave, but it doesn't come through that well on webinar, so I won't even try. But take my word for it, his organisation has just gone gangbusters from when we started showing him what to be doing in his organisation. So who is this right for? You know, you've been listening to me talking about the process, the system, how we get the results that we get. The people that we believe are right for this process are people that have been in business, people that have been through the ropes, if you like, and become street smart already. So you've had your own business, and for whatever reason you might be ready to get out of that business and start a new career. Someone that's been in management, someone that's been in high management and had to manage other people. Really anyone that has had organisational experience. We do go through a strict interview process because we don't want you to join this program if we don't think you can succeed at it. We want to make sure we tick the boxes as best we can to give you every chance of success in your new career or vocation. And that is why, quite honestly, we take on approximately 40% of the people that apply for the program. We're very proud of that. And we're also very proud of our success rate. Our success rate is running at 78%. So we can't help everybody, we try to. But 78% of our consultants are getting incredible results. Now here's just another advisor. This guy's called Matt Bichelle. In a few months he recouped all of his income that he invested in the program. Now, the last I heard, I think Matt's earning around $400,000 a year part-time while he's running his full-time business. He owns Tropical Lifestyle, which is a place where you buy outdoor cabanas. So he does his main business, and I think he's got something like 30 staff, and at the same time he's helping other people as well improve the results in their business. If you'd like to earn incredible income, if you'd like to help other business owners succeed, travel the world and help clients, even help us with our clients, well then, you really should apply for this opportunity. You get to be treated like a king, you get to work anywhere that you want, and you're obeyed like a heart surgeon. When you walk in there, they hang on every word that you say as an advisor. So if this is starting to really resonate with you and you want to find out more, then, chances are you'll probably be coming with us for a 4-day intensive training program. A lot of times it's held at the Vines Resort in Perth. It's about a 50-50. Sometimes it's held at the Pines on the Gold Coast. So it depends on where I'm doing the training, but it starts with 4 days of intensive training. Then there's an additional 16 days of training per annum where we continuously hone your skills. You get our resource library so that you have a backup whenever you're working with a client. This is one of the most amazing resource libraries you'll ever find. And also you have access to our award-winning software, which really makes helping a business a paint-by-numbers process. So let me just run through the things that we provide for you so that we turn you into a world-class advisor. It starts off with a 4-day intensive program, and that's at that 5-star resort somewhere. Then you also get our resource library. This is 21 kilos of how-to material that you refer to continuously to help your clients. We show you our lead generation system so that you get a client at will. We show you our conversion system so you can convert that client to become a client of yours. You have your process where we teach you how to use a competitive intelligence report. Now, this is a secret weapon that we use to help convert your clients as well. You get our Streetsmart manuals, our software, and then you get our blueprint software, which once again develops those reports that you just saw earlier. You also have the results process. Now, this is the way that you actually start changing the results in a company. Remember when I said that you've got to be able to help a client? Well, this is what it's all about. And then we've put together a blueprint which just tells you step by step the things that you need to be doing to ensure your success as an advisor. You'll get 8 webinars at least during the year to keep improving your skill sets. You have advisor discounts on all of our Streetsmart products. You get to come to Streetsmart Business School for 2 years. And also there's the 1-day additional training. So 1 day every 3 months we all get together and I teach you a new skill in business so that you can provide the best information you can for your clients. And also, just as a free gift, you get to have a one event that you get to come to totally free at our training events. So, on top of that, once you've done the training with us, once you've completed the intensive, chances are that we probably even offer you some of our clients to work with, our $1 Million Makeover clients. Now, it's not a right, okay, so just because you've done the training does not mean I will give you a client. What it does mean is that if you have what we believe you need to help our clients, then we'll definitely give you the opportunity to work with them and pay you, obviously. So all that adds up to $167,299 in value. And all of these products and prices are not made up. They're actual figures that we sell these things individually for. I think you got an idea of just how powerful this program is. But I want to add to that. You see, I want to make sure that this is the right choice and the right vocation for you. So even if after we have our interview and we both think that this could be great and you come to the training and you've paid your deposit, if you don't feel at the end of the day, after you've seen all the material and after you've seen that first day of training, if you don't feel that it's everything you expected it to be, all you got to do is say to me at the end of the day, Ian, hey, look, thanks very much, I had a good time, but this is not right for me. And I will EFT your money back the following day. So every cent, I won't hold 1 cent. Obviously you can't keep the resources, but you've had a free day of training, you've seen all of our product, you'll realise how we get results for our clients, and then if you just think it's not the right career for you, well then, just let me know. You'll be doing us both a favour, believe me. So what's the investment? Well, it's a $15,000 deposit, and then we finance you for 24 months. So it's $1,875 a month for 24 months. Or if you want, you can pay in one go, and it's $53,000 for that one payment. So you save $7,000. You got to work out which one is right for you. But the reality is, understand, where do you get the opportunity to earn, $250,000, $350,000 a year part time for an investment of $60,000? Oh, I haven't seen any business where you can do that. The other benefit is you got no overheads. In this world, the only overhead you may want to have is a PA. So think about that. Think about why all of these individuals are now earning 6- and 7-figure incomes, and then see if this is right for you. Now, if it is, all you need to do is go to the link that's about to come up on your screen, and you'll be able to register, have a talk with us, and we'd love to see if you are a right fit as an advisor for Streetsmart. And we'll have a chat, no obligation, and I promise you the purpose of that chat is just to see if this is the right path for you. Now, if we do think it's the right path for you and you do join, I'm even going to provide you your first 5 leads for free. Yeah, there's no catches there. I'll get you your first 5 leads for free. I'm going to generate your own website for you so that you'll have a website to work with. You got your first 5 leads, and I'm going to do your stationery for you. So you've got everything that you can possibly have to get out there and become a success as an advisor. The rest is up to you. So if you feel that this could be the right world for you, I'd urge you to contact us, have a chat, let's see if it's right or not, and you might be joining me at the next advisor training. So, you've probably got some questions. Go to the link that you see below, and when you do, we'd like to talk to you and see if we can help each other. Look forward to talking to you soon. Bye for now.